talk about what just now happened with the price of Bitcoin. We've been all the way up to 123K. Watch my Bitcoin video from yesterday. Watch my Bitcoin video from the day before that. Mentioned that it could be going up to around 120, 123, 125, possibly 130K. We actually hit 123K. So we got in that range. And what we need to start thinking about now is the pullback. So obviously, it can stay overbought for a very long time, but look down here at the RSI. We're looking at the 4-hour chart right now. The RSI is looking very, very overbought. Very overbought. So at this moment, we should probably be thinking about a nice pullback. Even looking at the MACD, you can see the MACD is kind of exhausted here. A lot of selling came from here, and then it just went right back up. But as it was going up, the MACD is still showing that it's bearish. That's because there is a lot of buying still happening, but it's starting to slow down compared to the previous volume. So, what we're going to end up seeing is probably going to be a pullback below this support at 121K. We're probably going to be going below it. So, we'll see what happens there. You can see it's weakening up here. You can even see this is the 15-minute chart now. You can see we're right here on this support, and you can also see on the RSI, it's ready to go down lower here. So obviously, we probably end up stopping here before trying to get back above there because that was the last area where we had some type of support, a little minor support actually. And then you can also see over here on the MACD, we're also very exhausted with the selling for the 15-minute chart. So there's a possibility that we go up a little bit higher, possibly even 125K, like I was mentioning before. But what you want to pay attention to is everything that is about to come soon. So we are about to get quite a few things coming into the market, right? We're about to get the core inflation rate, the month over month, the year over year. So the inflation rate is about to be released. All that information tomorrow, okay? July 15th is going to be released tomorrow. So that's when they're going to be announcing what the inflation rate is. If it is good, then you'll probably end up seeing Bitcoin rising and everything else rising with it, stocks, crypto, commodities, everything is going to be rising. But if it is bad, then you're going to see everything dropping. So that is what we're going to have to watch out for tomorrow. You can actually see us breaking this support in real time. Glad I made this video now. But I do think it's going to have a nice recovery still. Like, even if we pull back, I really believe we're still bullish, but a minor pullback is definitely needed to help us build more momentum. And for some people who missed it, they can get in too. Now, look, it would be a nasty, nasty drop if we went all the way down to 111K, but that would be very much needed because that would give us the momentum to keep running from there. So that would be nice, but hey, it's not always going to happen the way we want it to happen. Now, for the daily chart is going to look a little bit different here. You can see the daily chart is almost just getting started. Like, it's just now becoming overbought on the daily chart. That's why I said there's still more momentum to go because it's just getting started on the daily chart. So look at how long it's been overbought on the 4-hour, right? The 4 hour has been going crazy, but then it came back for another crazy run, right? Well, the daily chart is right at this area here. Right where this line is where the daily chart is right now. Right? So look at where I have that line. That is where our daily chart is. So now let's go back and look at the daily chart. When you go back and look at the 1 day chart, the daily chart, that's exactly where it is on the RSI. So there's the RSI, right? RSI is this line right here, just now becoming overbought. You can even see a very lightly green shaded area within this blue circle. You see a very lightly green shaded area right under that red line. And then you come over here and look at the 4-hour chart and you see something that is similar right here. This is where it's pretty much starting. So if we do the same thing that the 4-hour chart did, you can actually end up seeing another wave of overbuying inside of the RSI. So this is the first wave here, right? Maybe around July 20th or something, it stops. Then it goes and pulls back again. And then boom, it starts up again somewhere in August. Something like that. If we are to follow what the 4-hour chart did to a T, that could happen. So that's something that you should definitely watch out for and pay attention to. And then not only that, so first of all, the 15th of July, which is tomorrow, we're going to have the inflation rate being released year over year, month over month. And then we're also going to have the PPI released on July 16th, which is the day after tomorrow. So that's another thing, the month over month PPI, and that's important. And then we're going to see retail sales month over month in July 17th. And then the 18th isn't as important. You can just see it's like consumer sentiment, but it's still financial information that could affect the market. So you got to remember that any technical can be thrown out the window if we come in tomorrow hot and we're doing good. But as of right now, we are due for a pullback. But if we come into tomorrow with momentum and then we also have good information, right? We have good financial information. The core inflation rate's good. The month over month and year over year inflation rate is good. If we have some good numbers, then you're going to end up seeing everything just rising and taking off all over again. So that's something you want to pay attention to. But hey, looking at the 15-minute chart MACD here, it definitely looks like it could be switching over to that oversold area, getting down to like 119K. There's a possibility. We'll see. It'll just be another opportunity for people to make money. But if you think about it, things are very high right now. So personally, I don't like buying around this area, even on pullbacks. It had to be a big pullback because 111K, very good, very, very good resistance here, which then will become our support. So I think 111K, you could see a bounce followed by a drop if it's bearish, or it could be a bounce followed by continued momentum. So, anyways, this is definitely looking very good. But, anyways, Bitcoin 121K in the last 24 hours. Well, not in the last 24 hours. 121K up 2.3% in the last 24 hours. So, yeah, Bitcoin is doing extremely well. And if you look at this, the year is 104%. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for Bitcoin to be up 104% in the last year. Anybody who purchased Bitcoin last year at these low prices of like 60K, they're doing very, very well. Now, moving on from that, looking at all the other altcoins, the altcoins are doing good, but I noticed like Bitcoin is kind of the outlier right now. Like Bitcoin is doing better than a lot of the altcoins, which is kind of weird because you would think the altcoins would be doing good. Now, Sui is doing good, 12% up in the last 24 hours, right? But all these other altcoins, like some of them aren't doing as good as you would think they would be doing as Bitcoin's doing good. So I believe when Bitcoin starts to sell off, the money starts to flow out of Bitcoin. That is probably going to be when we start to see altcoin season and meme coin season and money flowing in. But there has been talks from people in the crypto space that there's not going to be an altcoin season. There's not going to be a meme coin season because now the institutional investors are in. So now it's just going to be like a free for all where like money flows in, money flows out, but there's no specific season for the money to just keep coming in and keep hammering the meme coins and the altcoins until they're up like 400, 500, 600%. So a lot of people are talking about how there's not going to be that meme coin and altcoin season anymore. So that could be true. I don't know because we should have been had some type of season, but because Bitcoin had its Bitcoin season and then Bitcoin pulled back and dropped, and then Bitcoin had another Bitcoin season. So like, how does that happen? Like Bitcoin season here, boom, pull back, drop, altcoins go up a little bit, and then Bitcoin season again, pull back, drop, altcoins still up a little bit. Bitcoin season again. Bitcoin had 3 seasons since January of 2024, right? 3 seasons since January 2024 of Bitcoin just taking off. So it's literally been a year and a half of Bitcoin just doing huge numbers and altcoins not performing as good as Bitcoin. So I don't know if that's the confirmation we need, but there's a possibility that we might not have the altcoin season like we want. Now, coming back over here, looking at the charts here. What did I mention before earlier in the video? We dropped down to this area, possibly have an increase in the price right here because we had support here previously. So that's like a minor support. We can see a bounce from there. So, everything's playing out as it should. We just got to wait until we see that information for tomorrow because once we see that financial information and we know exactly what's going on with the inflation, and then we also see what's going on with the PPI the next day. So inflation tomorrow, PPI on the 16th, and then we got retail sales on the 17th, and then consumer sentiment on the 18th. So we got a lot. This whole week is nothing but financial information hammering us, showing us pretty much where we're going to be going next in the market. So yeah, prepare for that. Prepare for this Bitcoin pullback, and definitely make some money on the rips upwards. This is all I got for you all today, though. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. Probably going to be doing a live stream on Friday. So Friday night, it's probably going to be around 10 p.m. But I'm gonna make a official announcement for it soon. But I'm also going to be creating the actual live stream now, so then you guys will be able to hit watch later on it. Yes, we're gonna be doing a live stream. Definitely join in, tune in. Gonna be doing some live technical analysis, and I might do some live trading. I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for you all today. As always, I'll be back with another video.